community's toxic for League, but the game is good. I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like every competitive game has a toxic community. Because there's a lot of people who... We're good? Yeah, I feel like every game has a toxic community. It's not like, oh, well, League of Legends has this, like, really weird problem where it's toxic and, like, you know, how did that happen? I feel like what competitive game doesn't really have a toxic community that's, you know, some people think is toxic? I feel like that's almost, like, nothing. Every game is like that. There's a list of toxicity, man. League is different. I mean, like, the thing is that people tell me that, like, League is a lot worse than WoW. But, like, in WoW, people would, like, dox each other and DDoS each other to win RBGs. Like, I can't... I'm not gonna buy into that until I actually play the game and see for myself. Because, as I said, I can't imagine it being worse than WoW. StarCraft is pretty clean. Yeah, so is a house with no one in it. Oh. Okay. With all that done. Internet's toxic? Yeah. I think that, yeah, it's like the whole toxic argument. It definitely, it's like everybody has like their own definition of like, whoa, what's toxic, what's not toxic. To me, it's like really hard to say what I really think toxic is. Cause like there's always like, there's like trash talking and then there's like actually being toxic. Like, cause I do think that like trash talking to a certain degree is really not toxic. It's just, you know, what people do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Unregulated environments are mostly toxic. Yeah, because they run people out. Okay. All right. Join if you want to come queue with me. I'm only gonna take people with best in slot gear. I'll take this guy, he's really good. We just take no healers? Okay, fine, fuck it, let's go. We might have to queue with the healer. Did you guys get the queue?
For you, I offer only the finest.
Okay, alright, good. Gonna upgrade some of this stuff here. Fuck yeah. And then the legs. I'll upgrade the legs next. We'll do the boots right now. Okay. It's gonna be a real process getting everything upgraded. Why are you doing comp stomp? For honor. Yeah, I just farm out the honor. You'll get mad when you lose in WoW because getting gear feels like getting stuff in real life. When you miss the mark, feels like you're missing out on shit you want. I think like really people get toxic in WoW because they can get toxic in WoW. Like I think like what that person said is like whenever there's no rules, people are toxic. Like that's just the truth is like that's really what happens.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Nothing really too good here. Nothing here either. I need to eventually get the stagger.
If you find anything...
What's the current MMO is out right now? Has the best chance of reviving the genre in the future, in your opinion? I mean, like reviving the genre in the future? I mean, I feel like every MMO has like the things that it's really good at. Like WoW is really good at competitive content, just in general. Like it's got Mythic Plus, it's got rating, and it's got PvP. And all of those are of a relatively high quality. Final Fantasy innovates in, I think, primarily story. Like the storytelling aspect of an MMO was innovated on extensively by Final Fantasy. Best combat by far on WoW. I agree. I think WoW has the best combat. Let's see. I think gathering and that type of profession leveling and game feel is really strong in New World. Like game feel, gathering, aesthetics are really, really strong in New World for sure. Questing I think is really good in what do you call it? In OSRS. That's what I would really say. You said on Lost Ark class? Yeah. I mean, I'm going Berserker. I mean, 100% I'm going Berserker. Like, it is what it is. WoW combat is ass. I think that a lot of times whenever people say that WoW's combat is bad, what they really mean is that the current meta for combat is bad. Like, they don't like absorbs, or they don't like something like that. It's not really that the combat is bad, it's that the current state of the combat is bad. Why not just Comp Stomp? This is Comp Stomp. Comp Stomp is whenever basically it's a thing where you queue into the worst players on the horde. Like this guy right here, nobody likes him. He used to be a DDoSer. And so, yeah, things like that. New stream schedule? No, not new stream schedule. I've just been... hopefully somebody will cap that. I've been busy all day. I hate how they do that. So annoying. Just full heals. Watch you since Mob, thanks for your content. And thanks for watching me. I mean, that's what I should say. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm not gonna get it. They're gonna pop me off? Yeah. Oh, somebody else got it. Nice. When does 9.2 come out? Nobody knows. It's like, yeah, they haven't said when it comes out. I don't think they really know when it comes out, honestly. It's hard to say. I mean, I heard a lot of like really mixed opinions about the announcements today. No shot tomorrow? No, it's going to be at least 2 weeks from now, because they're going to tell people ahead of time because of the PvP season. So like there's not going to be like oh, they're just going to randomly... It's not like you're going to log on one day and 9.2 is going to be out. You're going to know well ahead of time that it's coming out. Because a lot of people are... I don't know if people are happy... Like, 9.2... I'm trying to think, like, how do most people feel about 9.2? It's kind of hard to say. Because there's some people that I think are very positive about it. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people who... This is just kind of what, like, my impression has been with WoW, just like in general recently, is that a lot of people, it's like, it is what it is, right? Like, WoW is always going to be that game, and it's like if you don't like what the game is now, you're probably not going to like 9.2 a whole lot. Because they've just been basically doing the same thing for 2 expansions now. here we go. Oh, that's annoying. Fucking AoE'd all of them down. Alright, let's do it again. 2 expansions. Yeah, I feel like every patch has basically been about the same in that regard. Like, it seems like we, as I said, that we're just playing progressively worse versions of Legion. And I think there have been like some exceptions to that. Like, I've always said that like patch 8.2 and 8.3 were actually really good content patches. But a lot of people at that point were just, they were tired of BFA and they just didn't want to deal with it. And it's like a lot of times that, remove the camera spot. You're not gonna turn the camera on? No.
Have anything ancient to trade?
So
Needs to be at least 2
base retail, the
centuries
same thing as retail WoW. Is it different? I mean, like, yeah, it's the same thing probably. So like every time that people say a patch was bad, what a lot of times people mean whenever they say a patch was bad is they mean that there was a system in the game that made the patch bad. There were very few times where the patch was genuinely bad, and there were very many times where the system was bad and it made the patch bad. You see what I'm saying? .4 was bad. I mean, that's like a long time ago. It's like, for example, like I'll give you some examples. Like 8.2 brought in Nazjatar, Mechagon, and Dashara's Eternal Palace. That is like a solid hat trick of W's. All 3 of those zones were really fucking good. Like, imagine adding 2 zones into the game in a random patch. Like, it was fucking huge. And they also added in essences. But the reason why people didn't like 9.2 is probably because of benthic gear, and it could also be because essences were not account wide, and farming some of the essences was really shitty on release, especially the PvP ones. 2 daily zones, Resident Sleeper. I mean, if you don't like Mechagon, what are you waiting for? Right? Like, what are you hoping that Blizzard is going to do that's good? You said you hated Nazjatar 2 days ago? No, I didn't. The only thing I didn't like in Nazjatar was traversing the area before I had flying. After I had flying, it was great. And I think the zone just in general was good. Soundless has shit spawn rate? Yeah, but like, I mean, the truth is like 95% of players don't even care about Soundless. So like, that's not really a thing. That shot pre-fight was fucking trash, yeah, and it was really annoying. Because like, you'd think you needed to go up and you had to go down and just like that kind of stuff. So anyway, what I'm saying is like the whole situation, and like 8.3 is another great example. Like, whenever people said they didn't like patch 8.3, or that 8.3 sucked, or that BFA sucked, or whatever, what they probably didn't like is the system surrounding corruption armor. It had nothing to do with the actual corruptions in many cases, and it had everything to do with how to get them. You see kind of like what I mean? How many people are over there? That's enough. Oh, we need to go get stables back. Somehow we had somebody lose it. I'm just saying, I would play in Eternal Hell Held an Eternal held back 8.3 with my characters back then versus Shadowlands right now. Like you'd rather play 8.3 right now than Shadowlands. I think most people would feel that way. Yeah, like for example, if corruptions were like unlockable, like for example, like they were almost like essences, or like imagine like corruptions were, it was like a profession, and you could like you know, enchant different stuff with the corruptions if you had it unlocked or something like that, through visions or some other sort of system. That would have been a lot better, like glyphs, yeah, something like that. That would have been a lot better because people could experiment with a lot of different things and take different types of risks, etc. But they didn't really do that. They wanted to stick with like a weird RNG thing. And I feel like that's probably... Like if for example the corruption vendor had been in on release and... let's see, corruption vendor on release, no rotation on the corruption vendor. All of those things, if all of those things had been the case whenever the game came out, I have a pretty good feeling that patch 8.3 would be one of the more well-liked patches. I think more people would have liked patch 8.3 than any patch even in Legion. Finish a 5-mask run, get a token to redeem a corruption item, fixed. I mean, like, you could... there's like a million different ways you could do it. You know what I mean? Is it controversial to say I like cata raids? No, everybody liked cata raids. PvP scaling was giga yikes. Yeah, but PvP scaling is like a... That's, again, it's not really content, it's a system. It's the same as, like, Legion. What were the worst things about Legion? Legendary RNG and Titan forging. Those were, at least in my opinion, the worst things about Legion. And the legendaries? Well, that's what I mean. Infinite AP grind? Yeah, another system. And that's what I'm really trying to get at. Is like almost every single one of these criticisms is a system. It's not actually content. Like the only content in Legion that was bad was Tomb of Sargeras Mythic. And also, like, you could arguably say Emerald Nightmare was also bad.
Your patronage is always appreciated.
But yeah, I mean, all of the other content, like, because KJ was so bugged. No, I mean, that only affected, I think, Method. Like, no other guild even saw him at that state. But no, it was like you had to use, like, it had like an over-reliance of like things that you had to like soak or absorb. So you had a lot of people that would just bring a lot of like rogues and other classes that had immunities. And it felt very formulaic. I think that would kind of be what people think. Hopefully that's accurate. This whole style of the world, the zones, the raids look more fantasy-like. The world just felt like WoW. I feel like the Shadowlands zones feel pretty much like WoW. Like they don't really feel too out of place. I mean, personally, I don't really think so. I think they're fine. AP grind in Legion was so bad though until many patches later. Well, again, like that's another system. Another system. Like this is not actual gameplay. You see kind of where I'm coming from? It's like system. And I really think Blizzard should look at that. Because like how do you have people that are working on the team that just keep getting it wrong? Like how do you keep doing it wrong? And I actually don't think that it's some kind of like 500 IQ thing by Blizzard to like keep people invested with like playtime hours. I genuinely don't think so, because they're losing more and more people every time it happens. Seems like they don't want to admit they're wrong, to be honest. Yeah, I think it could be, it's either ego or incompetence. Because there's no way, like, there's no way that it can just keep happening. Happening with WoW, most people feel and enjoy. I completely agree with you. Yeah, I completely agree. Probably both, to be honest. Or devs don't actually play the game. Well, that's like... I mean, I will say one thing about WoW is, like, it's really reassuring to see that, like, some of the devs in WoW are tweeting about WoW. It's like, hey, I just got this thing in the game. And it's not like they're world first raters and, like, good. Who cares about what... I mean, not to be an asshole, right? But, like, who cares what world first raters want? There's hundreds of them. I mean, that's it. There's like, you know, a few hundred world first raiders, and then there's the entire rest of the player base. So I don't really place a lot of value in that. No expressman need to make the game, not live in it. Yeah, that's a really good point, man. Greater Pyroblast. What year is this? I always, you know what? I always really liked Greater Pyroblast as an ability. I thought it was a great ability. It was kind of like Chaos Bolt. I like, just like in general, abilities that like it takes a long time to get them off, like a G-Pie, or what's the other one? The obvious other one, Chaos Bolt. Those are great abilities in my opinion. Greater Heal? Yeah, something like that too, for sure. It's like, I wonder if, like, in general, I'm not really a big fan of the super fast casts. The hell? Is he dead or not? Destro and BFA was fucking broken. Well, the thing is, like, it was fucking broken, but I don't think Destro's damage was fucking broken. I think its survivability was. I think the damage was totally fine. The problem is that there was, like, no real... yeah, the survivability was just way too high. That's about it. Damage is broken too, to be honest. I feel like a lot of people say that, but, like, really, I mean, everybody else's damage was kind of broken too. Like, there was a lot of things in BFA that were, like, really fucking ridiculous. Remember how, like, in what season was this? This was the Crucible of Storms season, and everybody had like 1,000,000 absorbs. I just wanted to keep them all there stacked up for the group. I think one-shotting 3 people with Chaos Bolts is pretty broken. Yeah, but like, you weren't really one-shotting people with Chaos Bolts. Like, you would take them down like 60%. The only people you were one-shotting were people that, like, you had a huge setup on, basically, or you had somebody assisting you on. Chaos Bolt literally 0.9 seconds into expansion. Yeah, the corruption stuff, it's very hard to make an argument that Chaos Bolt wasn't broken at the end of BFA. But I think that I think it's kind of like, listen to what I mean, not what I'm saying. What I mean is that I like the idea of big bomb, long cast, huge abilities. Like, categorically, I like this. I think it's a cool idea, and I feel like it's very much like a WoW thing. I don't care if it's Soulfire, I don't care if it's Chaos Bolt, G-Pie, or what. I think, yeah, Aim Shot, Full Moon, I think all of them are good, and I like all of them. I'm at 1,000 yet? Oh, yeah. I'm making pretty good progress here. I've only got these 5 left, and then I also need to upgrade this, my cloak. And then I'll have everything fully upgraded for PvP. Like, I'm talking about 100% fully upgraded. Is Polymorph in this category? No, I don't think so. Polymorph is too fast of a cast. It's not like... it. You know what is in the category? I feel like is a good play. Is the this one, Door of Shadows. I really like Door of Shadows. I think it's a great ability because you can cast it. It takes time to cast, and also other people can react to it. So you can... Pawn SDR, yeah. And have you ever even used it? You're asking if I've ever used my signature ability for my Covenant? Yeah, I've used it before. Should change borrow power back to what they used to do. Spec changes these expansion plus tier sets. I mean, that is what they're doing, though. Mop Season 1, Warrior Mage, Warrior Zackrawrr Strike, Mage one-shot with Frostbolt out of stealth. Remember that shit? No, I remember it was Hunter with Lynx Rush that would one-shot. And every Hunter and every Warrior in the first season of Mists of Pandaria, this is the only time they've ever done this before in the history of the game. Every Warrior and every Hunter above 2200 rating, it was literally so broken that they reset every rating down to 2200. That's how bad it was. Yeah, it was pretty fucking funny. Watch Kriparian's videos from early Miss, really funny. The scumbag DPS video, yeah, I know. I remember watching that, I think it was really funny too. What is that CD and Mop that was stupid for a bit? Stampede or something? Yeah, Stampede. It was like a 5-minute CD. Did you experience with Pokemon? I played the first two, what do they call us to say, leagues? The first 2 generations, and then I stopped playing. I played like 1 Pokemon game after that, maybe in like high school, and that was it. It's not really that I didn't like Pokemon, but I just felt like every game was pretty much the same thing. This one's pretty good. Yeah, the Arceus or one or whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly, but that's the one I'm hearing about. Okay. I'm playing it now. It's pretty nice from what I've seen. I think visually it looks really nice. I mean, like, that's the kind of game that, like, whenever we were kids, like, I think a lot of people, that's what we always wanted for, like, a Pokemon game, you know? Or at least maybe I did. Like an open world Pokemon game where you could just go around and capture them. Did you get Glad Season 2? No, I don't know if I even will, to be honest with you. I'm pretty washed, man. Like, I might be doing games tonight, but like, man, I've just, like, I did Arena, and it's just, I'm so washed. Like, I'm so bad. And like, yeah, probably a lot of it is practice. Like, there's a, I wouldn't even say a lot of it is practice. Some of it is practice. But either way, I'm not ready to give up yet, but I'm not ready to not give up either. Meta super aids at the moment is better in the start of the season. Most of the time, metas are better in the start of the season. Because like at that point, people haven't like figured out and perfected the bullshit strats. And then later on, people will figure out the bullshit strats and it becomes less fun. It's not solved. Yeah, exactly. I'll do like maybe 5 more of these. And then I want to go do some other stuff. Do you think we'll eventually reach SAO levels of MMO? I hope so. I mean, we'll probably... Hopefully in our lifetime. I think there's a good chance of it. I do. If I had to bet on it, I'd say yes. What do you mean by give up? Stop trying to push for rating. And just let the season pass and not get them out. The thing is with me, is that BFA, I was so dedicated because I have every single Proto Drake in the game. There is not a single Proto Drake that exists in the game that I do not have. Every single one. So I couldn't let it go in BFA because like I had to get them all. Like there's no it's not a question. It's not like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna get this. No, you have to do it. Highest gear in the main, 100 is no easy fate. Max gear is no joke. Well, I mean, it's the thing is, it's just takes time and meticulous focus, or not even like meticulous dedication. Like you look at what your goal is, and then you work backwards, and you say, how can I get there? And that was how I could get there, and that's what I did. Easy. What do you think of this expansion's glad mounts? They're very unique since you can't get them from anywhere else. I love this expansion's glad mounts. I think they look amazing, and I'm a huge fan of them. I think that these were really cool. I really like this one too, like the Legion ones. BC glad mounts are best. You know what's really funny? This is the first expansion that we will have truly exclusive glad mounts ever. Ever. Isn't that crazy? Burning Crusade had nether drakes. Well, we already had nether drakes. Wrath of the Lich King had frostworms. We got frostworms in ICC. Cataclysm had Twilight Drakes. I mean, there were already Twilight Drakes in the game. It just had armor on it. I thought the Cataclysm mounts were so lazy. They were fucking terrible. Mists of Pandaria had just different types of serpents. WoD had Gronlings, and there were other Gronlings in the game, like the one you could get from the glory of the Blackrock Foundry Raider. Legion had these mounts, and there were already Stormdrakes in the game. Fucking BFA had Protodrakes, and there were already Protodrakes in the game. And these mounts, there is nothing else in the game that is another version of this. If you have this mount, this is a completely new mount. There's nothing else that you can get that's like this mount. For now, I feel like it would have been data mined already for 9.2. Like, it seems to me like 9.2 is pretty much done. I don't know, is anybody else getting that vibe? Like, I feel like 9.2 is like fucking 90% done. So I'm not really expecting to see a lot of, you know, big surprises with it. I think that we've already pretty much found out what we're going to get in 9.2. Is it too late to get that mount? The red one, yes. This one here is no longer in the game. You cannot get this mount anymore. It was like, that's the main one that I wanted. Like, if I could have any mount in the entire game out of Shadowlands, it would be the Sinful Gladiators mount. And in my opinion, it's not even close. Like, it's just the fucking best mount. I mean, that's all there is to it. Just getting farmed, bro. Oh god, I feel bad for him, you know? I really do. You know what this reminds me of? Classic WoW ranking. Reminds me a lot of classic WoW ranking. This is what every game was like, man. It was great. And you know what's actually funny? Is that classic WoW ranking was easier. It's another GG. 500 honor level math is insane. Yeah, who was it? Was it Nixie that did it on his Twitter about how long it was gonna take? Yeah, I'm gonna have to run so many of these. Like, if I wanted to actually get to honor level 500, like, I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to do it. To be honest with you, I genuinely don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Pussy mindset? Yeah, true. It's not that, it's just that, like, I don't know, maybe I could. It's like, there's a certain part of me, like, because I don't think I'm ever really going to do any of the, like, Omega grind mounts in Final Fantasy. Like the 3000 hunt mount. You know, the one that Selly has? The tiger? I feel like I'm probably never gonna get that one. Because there are so many mounts, like in Final Fantasy, that I can just never get. There's like 50 of them. Whereas like in WoW, there are a good amount of them, but like nobody else really has them. Those are for crazy people? Yeah. Because like I can't really do both. So I feel like like in terms of completionism stuff, I might go for all of the rare mounts in Final Fantasy, but I feel like it's going to be very unlikely that I go for all of the mounts, period. So it's like I'd be much more willing to farm out honor level 500 than like one of those really long things in Final Fantasy, because I'm just a lot closer to finishing stuff in WoW. You know what I mean? Couple audiobooks you listen to while you're doing it if you want, yeah. When you think about it now, it sounds daunting. Yeah, I know. It's like it doesn't really, because like I can do the work of somebody in 5 hours in an hour and a half. Like what takes somebody else 5 hours to do, it takes me an hour and a half to do. Because I'm that much more efficient. Know how things go on, bro? I'm chilling, man. Just doing some BG grinding. What do you think of the DKs potentially not being great in Wrath of the Lich King because releasing on the last patch and DKs were nerfed hard by then? I mean, I'd rather DKs, like, Death Knights could get rank 1 back then. Like, they were, it's just 18 comp stomps for 1 level. Honestly, 18 doesn't even sound that bad. It's just 18 times 299, right? That's not too bad. DKs are still pretty good, even nerfed. I would say so. There's so many glads that are complete trash at the game. Yeah, if somebody has Season 5 Gladiator, it doesn't really matter. I remember Paladini and Bozy. That's like the priest and the shaman in my old guild. And like you guys know who Paladini is. They pretty much almost got Gladiator after not really PvPing at all in like Burning Crusade. It was actually insane. Like they got that Flawless Victor title. Because back in the day, if you won 10 games in a row over 2k rating, you'd get a title called the Flawless Victor. It was only in the game for 1 patch. I remember whenever they got it, I was so mad. And they played Paladin DK 2v2. And like, you know, in my guild, like we were in like a progression guild, so they had like all of the Nax fucking 25-man gear, and so it was just a fucking, it was just a shit stomp. It was like this. I'm turning earlier than a classic leveling. Yeah, classic TBC leveling was it was pretty sleeper, to be honest. The thing is, like, the difference between like classic TBC leveling and classic leveling is the fact that classic TBC leveling never got removed. Like, if you can go over now and do the same quests. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. So like you're going over and it's like, oh yeah, this is the quest that I did on my alt, you know, 6 months ago, but now the mob has more health. Okay, well we have 3 people, so he still dies. GG. This is PvP now? Yeah. Yep, this is PvP now. Here we go. Opinion on Valheim nowadays, love the game, but I feel like no new content's made it pretty stale. It had so much potential though. I think that's a really good way to say it. Yeah, I agree with you there. People are such shitters, they enjoy this. Well, the thing is, like, there are a lot of things that are popular, but they're not popular because they're good. They're popular because they're rewarding. Do you think Maw of Souls was the best dungeon in the game because everybody farmed it for AP? No, it was just the most efficient. It's that simple. This is the best way to farm honor in the game right now. Undeniably. Another big reason why it's good is like, yeah, maybe if you win like RBGs every single time and you're getting instant queues, you might get more honor. But the difference is that you're probably not going to get instant queues, and you're probably not going to win every game.
Until our next transaction.
Expecting Marshlands not to come out at the end of 2022. I don't know how they can expect their fan base to wait that long. I mean, look, what do you say about that? I mean, what can they do? If they're not gonna...
For you, I offer only the finest.
Like... Nice. My criticism of Valheim... Like, I have a lot of criticisms of Valheim, and I made a big post about it. And, like, some of them got fixed, some of them didn't. Valheim needs more content updates. Valheim doesn't need more content updates. Valheim needs better netcode so people can make community servers. Nothing matters more than that. What do you think? They add in a new biome, it's got 7 new NPCs and the game's alive again? Fuck no. Like, who cares? All I know is whenever Lost Ark drops, I'm gonna stop playing whenever I hit Diamond and Master. I mean, like, I'm really excited for Lost Ark, man. I've said this before. It took a better part of an hour. What an absolute meme. Oh, Valheim, yeah. It can be really frustrating at the start. Built the thing in the marshlands, well, back to games. Yeah, exactly. So that's the problem, is there's not really... there's not really a lot of like things you can do to prog your character in Valheim, and I think that's the main issue. There's some people ask for games to have even more content where they've already played and enjoyed it for 300 hours. I think that some people would like for example, there's a lot of people that say that I don't know. I mean, like, It's very complicated because what do people really want? Do they want content that has like more longevity? 3 guys, they'll probably win. It's really kind of hard to say like what people really want. Like, for example, there are a lot of people who have played Valheim and they don't have every trophy in the game. So that's like some content they haven't done. Like, they haven't gotten the trophies from every NPC in the game. But let's be honest, is that really content? I mean, because I have every single trophy in the game except for I think maybe one, but I think I have every single one. Did I get the green one from like the green skeleton or not? I genuinely do not remember. Well, if I didn't, I farmed like 50 green skeletons and I got one of the invasions and I still didn't get it. I didn't get it? Yeah. Well, besides that, I got pretty much everything in this game. I got the Ice Golem trophy. I got multiple serpent trophies. I crafted every single weapon. I even came back for the new patch and I crafted the new 2-handed axe that was used with like the crystals that you get from the Ice Golems, and I leveled that all the way up. I have every weapon leveled up. I have my my weapon skills leveled up pretty high. So I played the game a lot. So it's not a matter of like, but what do you really consider as content in a game? I think Valheim could have used like more meta progression systems or more difficulty features inside of it. I think that would have been good. I'll be running a guild in Lost Ark. I don't really want to make a whole lot of plans. I just want to play the game, man. Yeah, I just want to play the game. Nice. Valheim is still pre 1.0, still wants to come. Yeah, but the thing is, like, whenever the game... Here's the thing. When the game comes out to the public, it's in 1.0. That's just... That in the mind of the public, that's what it is. The game is released. Valheim is out right now. You can't hide behind early access for over a year whenever you're charging money for the game and then be like, oh, well, you shouldn't expect content. I understand that this seems reasonable if you have knowledge behind like how, you know, how game development works and everything. Like, yeah, this seems reasonable. Like, of course people should not expect it to come out immediately. But are people reasonable? Not really. And that's the difference. That's the fucking difference. Golem mount, yeah, I didn't tame a Lox. That's true, I did not do that. I didn't really care about it, to be honest. Like, I just like the combat and, you know, different weapons in the game. So many games releases early access, stay that way for years. That's how PUBG was. I feel like PUBG got forced out of early access by Microsoft so they could, or whoever was owning it, so they could sell it for the, whatever the fuck it is, for the Christmas thing. Have you seen the developer behind the Neo games make a new Final Fantasy game with some more gameplay? I mean, like, I I mean, yeah, single player games are exciting for me. Like Elden Ring, for example, is exciting for me. But my excitement for single player games is like there's a ceiling for it. I really like multiplayer online games. That's what I really enjoy. Blue balls. Oh my god, dude. Do you remember whenever Doc said that he was gonna kick the fucking developer through a fucking window or something like that? And then the fucking dev flipped out about it. Oh my god, that was fucking funny, man. I can't believe that was like 5 years ago. Jesus Christ. Good times, yeah, great times. Blue balls, yeah. You play on NA West or East? There were a lot of people talking about going on another server. Basically, I want to play on the biggest server in Lost Ark as long as I won't have a ridiculous queue. Like, if everybody is playing on another server, I'm going to just play on that server. My tentative decision is I wanted to play on Galatar, but I'll be honest, if all my friends are playing on another server, I'm playing on that server. I'm not, like, committing to anything. Want to start Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, or Sekiro? What should I start with? Start with Demon Souls or Dark Souls. Bloodborne and Sekiro are... honestly, they're way harder. But Demon Souls is the easiest game. Like, it is by far the easiest game. I'm gonna go over here. Make sure that I get this one. Yeah, Demon Souls is, I think, the... it looks visually amazing. Demon Souls is a really good-looking game. I was really impressed with how well designed Demon Souls was. Sekiro's way better mechanically. I think, yeah, you can make a pretty strong argument about that, yeah. I mean, Demon Souls is it's an old game, and I think that truth is it shows its age, especially with the so many of the Demon Souls bosses were just experimental bosses. Things like the Adjudicator, things like the Blind Hero. Blind Hero was like half experimental, right? Because you could use the ring and then he couldn't see you. Old Monk, experimental. Let's see, what else? Phalanx was kind of weird. I really didn't like Phalanx because it felt to me like it's like if you don't have fire bombs for that, you're in like kind of a bad spot, and I feel like people like that early on might make a mistake and use their fire bombs and then die on that attempt at the boss, and then they won't have them for the next attempt, and they would feel it's just like, I bet that would just feel so bad. Like, I would be so pissed off if that happened. Phalanx became a trash mob in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, you know what, you're right. I never even really thought of that, but yeah. Dark Souls 2, see how bullshit the game is? People tell me it was a legitimately challenging game rather than just stupidity. No, I had played through Dark Souls 2 all the way through, like 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago. And I even went, I did not beat Dark Lurker. But other than that, I beat every single boss. I even went through the Frigid Outskirts and everything. I collected everything, I did everything, I went everywhere. It was a lot. Phalanx is stupid easy without bombs, though. Yeah, I mean it is, but like the bombs give you a huge advantage. Like I don't know. I feel like for a first boss, like for the time that I feel like Tower Knight is a lot easier than Phalanx. Personally. Because like you have to think like a new player. I just feel like a new player would have a lot more trouble with Phalanx than Tower Knight. Since they don't let you level up until you beat Phalanx. Yeah, it's pretty hard. And the same as like, yeah, I think it's the same thing with Cleric Beast too, right? In Bloodborne. Is Bearju coming back? I've seen Bellier's new video. I saw the thumbnail for it. That's about it. Just remove this guy. He's not online. I'm thinking like, because like having these fully upgraded doesn't really matter. I'm thinking like I just get this one upgraded, then I'm done. Because it's only going to take me like 2 more games, 1 more game. And then we'll do some mount runs. What kind of game is Elden Ring supposed to be? It's an open world action RPG. It's only a matter of times before they make a Dark Souls MMORPG. I feel like a Dark Souls... The truth is, like, I feel like a Dark Souls MMORPG would probably be really janky. Because Dark Souls PvP is really janky. Like, it's really bad. Like, Dark Souls PvP, I feel like if it was perfect, would be really good. But it's just like the moment that latency plays a factor in who wins a fight, I feel like for a lot of people, the excitement for the game and the like giving a shit about it, basically, I think that, yeah, I was banned for this shit. I don't know. Why are you telling me that? It's just weird. Okay. Let me borrow a power supply. Yo, Zach, I don't have one. That's the thing, dude. It's like I actually don't have another power supply. Like, if you come over tomorrow or the next day, like, you can see if you can find one. And, like, if you can find one in the house, you can have it. I just don't think I have another one. You thought that NPCs, a BG against NPCs would be a good idea? I think it's a great idea. It's fucking easy. It's free honor. I wish this happened all the time. Yeah, this seems good to me. That'd be boring as fuck. Yeah, but I mean, like, farming honor levels is boring as fuck too.
We must secure the high.
Like, I wish they didn't have the 500 honor level thing. I feel like that's just such a... It's such a huge goal, man. Like, you have to play, like, non-stop for, like, years to get that. I don't know. Like, it's... I mean, maybe that's how much... I don't know. Who gives a fuck? The fact it goes from 250 to 500 is crazy. Yeah, I know. At the same time, though, I mean, like, seeing somebody on the mount, like the 500 honor level mount, it's kind of like a oh shit moment, right? Like, oh wow, you know, they've got that. Monorails are dumb in the current state. Yeah, I think there's some problems with it too. Seeing people with 1K honor levels? Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people with 1K honor levels. Most mountain levels are still from Legion. All I did was the tower PvP. Yo, yeah, you do them on like every character. Yeah, I did that too for a while. Blizzard should partner with the Switch and release WoW there. I feel like if we're gonna get WoW released anywhere, I mean, we're probably gonna expect it on the Xbox. But I feel like if they do that, they're going to just release WoW on all consoles. It's not just going to be released on the Xbox or something like that. Boy, the enemy grind killed me. Yeah, that was like, what? It was 100,000 honor. No, that was for the legendary. It was 50, right? On release. It was a lot. Get them, boys. Go ahead and get them, boys. Come so we can be a fan. Got 6 of my alts, that shit. That's crazy, dude. Are Warriors cracked or something right now? Yeah. Yeah, Warriors are really good right now. Warriors are fucking huge right now. Do I have to do another one? Yeah, this is my last one. $250, I get the mount, man. The black and red mount.
You are welcome here.
You ever see this one tank a keystone? No, I wish, you know what? Like, why do keystones get depleted? Levers, terrible DPS. I feel like, but what I mean is like would the game be better if keystones never got depleted? Yeah, it's like, I'd say so. Yeah, it's like, I'm thinking about it like, yeah, it would just be a better game if they didn't get depleted. Because yeah, you have the vendor now too. Yeah, exactly. Depletion's literally built-in griefing. It is, because like I have never, I genuinely mean this, I have never been the person to leave a Mythic Plus dungeon in my life. Never. Like, there have been times where we've kind of collectively decided an L's an L, right? We're gonna lose this, it's over. But like me just like randomly leaving a Mythic Plus dungeon, I have never done it. I swear to God. Pretty good job having that set. Decent enough. Would WoW work on consoles with controllers? I don't know. To be honest with you, I really don't know. I did one time when I was about to shit my britches. I mean, like, yeah, but like that's the thing. I just feel like a depleted keystone. There's not there's no purpose for a depleted keystone. Like it should not exist. Never left a raid early before either. I've left many raids early before. I've left raids in the middle of a pull before. One time I was main tanking Onyxia, and the raid was not going well, so I just bubble hearth. I was on my paladin. I just bubbled while I was main tanking the boss and hearthed out of the raid. Right there. I was done. I mean, I was done. Like, I mean, I had to go. You think the timer shouldn't exist, or that it shouldn't be downgraded if you fail? I think that... I feel like the timer for Mythic Plus, like... You take away the timer, and I feel like the game would just change completely. I feel like the timer isn't that bad. The timer's fine. But what isn't fine is the losing the key and having it be downranked. Having your key get downranked is just like there's literally like it doesn't, nobody wins. It's better than losing the key altogether like in Legion though. You're right. There have been times in the game where it was worse. This is a true statement. However, I do not find that to be a strong argument for why it is still currently bad. Because it has been worse, it just means that it can be changed again for the better. Yeah, no, it has been worse. It definitely has been. And I'm glad it's not like that anymore. I'll say that for sure. I'll die here. Come on, only Blade Storm. There we go. Fucking everything's dead, dude. I feel like nobody ever queues healer. I was going to invite a healer, but I was like, does it really matter? Not really. Use my healthstone here. Shit. I was gonna leap in and stun them all. Oh, I'm dead. What do you think console will work? I don't know. Do you think there should be a difficulty scaler with dungeons and have different option for no timer but just insane difficulty? I don't know. I mean, like, what I wish it had, I wish there were like legendary keys that would allow you to go back. Like, you know how they had like the Legion keys? Like, this is something I've asked for a long time. And I wish they had more of that. Time sucks. Well, the thing is, like a timed dungeon, I feel like meeting the timer only really matters if you're trying to push keys or if you're worried about getting your key depleted. Because really, what does the timer give you? It gives you one extra piece of gear divided among 5 people, and Mythic Plus gear is, let's be honest, not very competitive. It's just, it's not very competitive gear. It just doesn't matter. I think that what they should do is they take the depletion mechanic and they just get rid of it. It's gone. Yeeted and deleted.
May I tempt
Done.
you with my wares? You struck a hard bargain. Good shot.
Now, what's the penalty for not completing the dungeon? You just wasted 30 minutes of your time. No loot. What's the penalty for not killing a boss in a raid? Why does there need to be a penalty?
How may I serve? May you find
Absolute waste of time, made me stop. Yeah. Cause shitters are shit. You can't spam run raids. Well, you can, but you can't do it for gear. So, in the logic, yo, thanks for the games, guys, by the way. Thanks for the games. I mean, you can spam fail raids, the same as you can spam fail Mythic Plus. Seems pretty fair to me. Spam running ain't really fun anyway. It just feels really grindy and boring. Yeah, but like I can bet you that leveling up your keystone and then doing progressively harder and harder dungeons is probably not terrible. Like I think that that could be fun. I think people do that and some of them actually have fun. So doing raids without getting carried? Wait, what do you mean? Because like anybody can get carried. Oh, never mind. It's just some angry person. Anyway, small minority for sure. Yeah. Like cling to this game that's clearly dying. I don't think that WoW is clearly dying. Not right now. I mean, I think it's already hit, like it already hit its valley before 9.15. I mean, I feel like WoW, it's not growing anymore. And like, yeah, there's probably a small decline in the game that's just happening over time because that's just what happens whenever the game doesn't have any fucking content. But I genuinely believe that whenever the next expansion comes out, people are going to come back and they're going to play it. They always do. Yeah, and then they'll leave. Well, they'll leave because the expansion is bad. That's what will happen. Is that like, yes, you're right.
Figures. First
But they
you
will
sold
give it a shot. They'll always give it a shot because generally, this is my opinion. I think that a WoW expansion probably gives you, like for hours played, it probably gives you as much or more value than a single player game. At least it does with almost everybody that I know that plays WoW. And like this is the same thing I said about New World. It's the same thing I've said about Final Fantasy. Many MMOs, you get your time investment back. Or sorry, your investment back if you're talking about like that type of an investment. Alright. Today's the day, boys. Today's the day. Give me the mount. Give me the mount. Fucking piece of shit. Okay. Remember whenever you first started farming this one? I don't. I've been farming it so long, I don't even remember whenever this began. It was long ago. What do you think of the new gearing catch-up system coming out for 9.2? I'm gonna read into a lot of the new stuff for 9.2 in a little while. Cause like, I'm not really sure about a lot of it. Hippo Soul. Oh, that's for Night Fae. Okay, I'll figure that stuff out later. Let me do this right now.
Your desire is my command.
What do you think New World needs right now? Oh, the world needs right now in the century? I don't know. I mean, a lot of things. It's impossible to say. Shadowlands wormhole, only thing relevant in professions? Yeah, and it's really useful, man. Like, I use that shit constantly.
And what would you ask of me?
Okay, let's get this shit done. What's the point of dailies? I do these to get my reputation up. Like, I am probably not going to get my Paragon mount today. I feel like it's unlikely. That's 4. This is 7. Maybe I get these guys and it'll be 9. As I said, man, one of the things that hasn't gotten old is completing a quest in one pull. I used to fucking love doing that in Legion, and it's still good. Felt so good in Legion? Yeah, it did. And is this one up yet? No, it's not. I'll probably just do that later. Is there a reason I'm still doing Cortheos for the Transmog and Paragon mounts? Yeah, I think that's the reason why most people do it. It's like I've killed this NPC like 500 times. And I still don't have all the things from it. Yeah, I have 1 of the cosmetics. 1 of the 3 cosmetics. I don't think I can even kill it solo. Hopefully people will come and help me. Like right now I'm killing him easily, but as soon as I get him past 70% or 80%, I'm gonna lose a lot of health because I can't spam condemn for the absorbs. I've got a health stone that I can use, which will help me a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. I'll try to use this. There's no way. I need help. There's nobody here. Health pot? Yeah. I mean, he's not even half. If I had second wind, I could probably do it. I don't know why I got hit by that. That was a huge mistake. I don't know why I never used that. Okay, we've got somebody else here. 2 more people. I'm just gonna stop attacking. Oh, I'm getting healed. I'm saved. Oh man, I thought it was one of the good ones. It wasn't, by the way. It wasn't one of the good ones. I've got a couple of characters I'll do this on today. I'd like to get a lot of this, a lot of these things out of the way, because I've just been doing them for so long, and I'd like to just kind of move towards doing something else in the game instead. There's just so much inventory. I always feel like I'm being like buried alive by inventory, because there's so many things that I want to keep with my character, but it's like the game just gives me so many things that I'm not supposed to, but I do it, and I don't know. I'm gonna start probably learning PoE tomorrow. Oh shit. Can I at least just sleep up there? Great. Okay. Please give me the mushroom. Ah, dude. What a cock. And there's another one. Let's go find out where that one is. Some devs decided to put all the trash items in Corthia. I thought it was a good idea. Yeah, as I said before, it's just that it's like all of the unnecessary objects. Click on the shrine to gain phasing form to see the hidden path at the altar. What the fuck is this? I never did this? Okay, I'm gonna go do that. That's not one of them, is it? No, it's an unusual nest. Up the mountain? Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised I never did that. Yeah, it's like there's just so many things in the game like this, trinkets. It's like, oh, I might want to use this for something, or oh, well, I've got this, I've got these cloaks. It's like, which cloak is good? Well, this one has a secondary on it. It's like, do I want to use the one with the secondary? Or it's just there's so many things that like the game, it's like the game kind of tells you, it's like, hey, yeah, you might want to keep this, right? Because there's like a unique advantage that like this item gives you that's RNG that you can't really get besides that. And yeah, there's just so many options that you have, and you feel stupid for okay, I clicked the jump button and it didn't happen. Cool. You feel stupid for not taking advantage of them. Still letting people in indestructible. We're being a little bit more strict with it, but like, yeah, we'll invite somebody if they're good. Silver shard-eyed whistle. I don't think I have that, no. This region looks like shit. So depressing. Yeah, this is probably one of the worst zones Blizzard's ever made. Yes. Okay, so I'm assuming I click on this because it said that I need to click on this. Just kill all these mobs first. Okay. Seems pretty simple. Make sure I have space for it too. Throw that away. Throw this away. And throw this away. Okay, got it. Oh, it did the same thing that the fucking things that... God damn it. Alright. When are you playing New World? I don't know. Like, as I said before, I've just kind of been randomly really focused on, like, doing things in WoW. And that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, there's been a lot of people who have asked me about like playing New World and also about like playing Final Fantasy. Yeah, I have that one, thanks. And I just don't really have a time frame for that. Forcing PvP players to do PvE for best gear. I mean, like... I think any MMO, this is just like my opinion, any MMO that focuses on PvP is probably not going to last very long and is never going to have like a huge audience of people. Like, you have some exceptions, like EVE Online, Albion has like a big focus on PvP too, and it does well. But I think that these games are never games that are going to hit the mainstream. Like, these games are never going to have like mainstream appeal or anything like that. What's my percentage on this? 85%. That's pretty good. PvP is for truly hardcore players. Well, the problem is that there's a lot of people who wouldn't mind PvP, but they don't have the time to farm out gear to do PvP, so they're not going to really do it because they're playing at a disadvantage. It's like a lot of people, like, you tell them that, okay, well, you know, you can play PvP in this game, but, you know, people that play the game 40 hours a week are gonna have better gear than you, and if you go up against them, you're gonna lose 9 times out of 10, unless you just like vastly outskill them, and you probably don't because you're not playing 40 hours a week like they are. Like, this is just not going to be a I mean, I might as well get this one too. This is just not going to be a compelling thing for them. Like, they're just not going to do it. Like, it's always been though. Well, the thing is, like, it hasn't always been like that, because like WoW, like, you can play WoW as a PvE player and never interact with PvP at all for any reason. Like, literally zero reason to ever do PvP in WoW. Just a sec. Yeah, I have both of those too. Thank you, man. Okay. That's done. And I don't have the cloak. What a shame. I guess I'll go do these 3. How are you prepping for Lost Ark? I'm gonna watch the Stoops video. We're gonna look at some more of like the gear stuff, and that's gonna be how. Playing MMOs as long as I remember, start with Ultimate Online. Okay, yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, but like the game, there's a lot of people that want to have MMOs go back to how they used to be. And I think that's like the worst thing that you can do. Like, that's the worst thing that you can just say, like, wholesale. I want MMOs to go back to how they were. Because MMOs used to be just massive wastes of time. Like, you would just spend so much time wasting time running from point A to point B. And you know what game kind of brought that back? Was New World. New World brought back the idea of, oh, it's just like an old MMO. You have to run everywhere. You can't just fast travel everywhere. And you know what people did? They quit because they're not going to have their time wasted by a game intentionally. A lot of the reasons why games back then didn't have those features is because they just weren't technologically available. In a lot of regards, like, you probably didn't have the ability to let people fast travel all over the place. It's something people might not think of, but I'm sure that might have been a factor. Proxy voice MMO should be standard now? Yeah, definitely. Like, remote voice chat is just, it's probably the best thing about New World. Limited selection too, back now we're spoiled by choice. Yeah, I think that's a factor too, for sure. But just in general, I think this is just a, people are looking for something that doesn't exist. And also they're looking for something that shouldn't exist. And, it's like there's a certain evolution of games that just kind of happens, and to a certain degree you just kind of have to let that happen and let the market decide what they want. And I think the market has decided a lot. It's the same thing that I said with store mounts in a way. Like, even though I really hate store mounts and I hate microtransactions, the market doesn't. The market doesn't care. Only I care. And like other guys like me care. There's not enough people for it to be like, now, yeah, I mean, it's just NFTs, like there's more people that don't like it, but we'll see how long that lasts. Hopefully it will stay that way though. It depends on, I don't know, how things go. New age MMOs can be done badly. Consumers will not play a game that's poorly designed. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it. Like, consumers will just simply not play a bad game. Like, if your game is designed... Because, like, really, whenever you think about, like, Azoth, for example, I think Azoth is, like, the biggest metaphor for New World being shit, basically. It's Azoth, 100% it's Azoth. Azoth is designed to waste your time. Its only purpose in the game, outside of crafting, is to throttle your movement in the game and make it take longer. That's it. It provides no... It adds nothing to gameplay that is tangible, except for it fulfills the... Why the fuck? Why would I want it over there? Said glaive drop. Give it to me. I need it. So yeah, it's just so conduit energy basically. Yeah, and think about all the people that quit Shadowlands. There were a lot of people who just like they saw what was happening with Shadowlands. And they were like, nah, bro, I'm gonna head out. And that was it. Yeah, they just were not going to put up with it. Like, why would somebody want to play a game that's designed to intentionally waste their time. I mean, really, think about it. Why would somebody want to do that? You know, Shadowlands, too many people voice their opinion, they didn't listen. Yeah, that's the thing, but people voice their opinion about Azoth too. I think that the New World devs had enough stupid boomers, stupid MMO boomers, that insulated them from any sort of legitimate, like, constructive criticism by saying, oh, well, you just want the game to be easy. I want a hard game that really where everything means something. I want it to mean something whenever I run across the map. I want that to matter. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Please. Please, Larry, fucking 37-year-old man who talks about Ultima Online every day online. Still. Larry, your time has passed. It's over, Larry. Richard Garriott's 50 now, or 60. He's gonna be in a retirement home just like you, Larry. The future's now, old man. Relwick's not up. Are you sure that it's not up? Can somebody else confirm it's not up? Because if they do, I'm just gonna leave. Front page of Wowhead tells you? Thanks a lot, I appreciate that. I didn't know that. You see it on Wowhead? It's crazy how, like, that's bugged, though. Like, why would it be bugged? Why would it be bugged? Like, why should the game be bugged if it could not be bugged? You know, like, why? Wouldn't it be better if it wasn't bugged? No, I might as well go kill this thing. Take my victory lap on it. Any reacts today? Yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of reacts today. Right now I'm just trying to relax and just game for a little while, and then we'll probably do reacts a little bit after that. Those gliders are clutch sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I've said many times, like, engineering is the best profession in the game. That's not even close. Do you think legendaries are too expensive to obtain for the average player? No. That's another fucking L. Yeah, average player buys a WoW token. I mean, I feel like if you just play the game, an average player will just casually generate 200,000 gold just by playing the game. It's not going to be instantaneous, and it's going to take them a while, like, for sure. But an average player will, over time, generate that money. This guy's in WoW, I didn't use gold for anything other than repairs. You mean you didn't have guild repairs? Bro, quit your guild. Fuck that, man. If I ain't getting guild repairs, I'm out the guild. Haven't we gone over the other games, flaws and downfalls though? You think the rest of OTK, make your MMO, do your own? I don't want to make my own MMO. I just don't want to. I don't really care about that. I feel like if I had the chance to design a game, like I just don't care about a PC MMO. Like I would be really interested about like making something like a VR MMO. I think that'd be really cool. But what do I really care about a you know, like another PC MMO?
We must give those who still follow the master.
I'm sorry. Did you need something?
Okay, let's do this.
The purpose.
You know what's crazy about this thing? Is that today's the last day I'm gonna have to do it because I'm gonna get the mount. Like I'm actually gonna get the mount today, and so like this will be the last time I have to run this stupid little bear around. So let's talk about mount offs. Do you guys think it's fair to let people use Covenant mounts? Because like I feel like to some degree it is. Because, okay, so okay, it's just a grind. Yeah, it's like there's no reason that a player shouldn't be able to get every Covenant mount. You see what I'm saying? Like why are you not able to get every Covenant mount, but you can get Gladiator mounts or something like that, and they are account wide because they're account wide. So like any player, any single player can obtain every single Covenant mount from every single Covenant and be able to use every single Covenant mount whenever they want. Do you see what I'm saying? But the thing is, like, it's so cock ass. It's so, what's the word for it? It's obtainable by playing the game, yeah. I just feel like it would be really cheesy. I'm thinking about making a rule that you can't do it until next expansion. But I don't know if I even want to make that rule. But like I think that's the best middle ground. That like you have until the end of the expansion for Covenant mounts, and then after that, if somebody has them and you don't, you had like the next expansion's not going to come out for a year, right? I mean, at least. So you had an entire year to get these mounts. If you don't have them, to a certain degree, that's your fault.
My attention is yours, small walker.
Well, man, we know next mount off ain't happening till the next expansion. No, I mean, I'm sure I'll do plenty of content, WoW content, like leading up to the pre-patch and everything. I expect to. I need to get this little A-bomb shit. I've just got so many things, like, holy fuck, like, what the fuck is this? Like a benevolent gong? Why the fuck do I, Herald, can I throw this away? Hands of Defiance, a Chronicle of Woe? Like, what is this? Okay, I can vendor that one. I know I can vendor that one. Okay, I'm throwing that away. I don't need that. Okay, let's sort, and we're gonna go through every single item right now. I'm gonna go through every single item in inventory and see if do I need this. Hellstone, no, I'm gonna throw it away. I don't need Hellstone. Fontis Rune, no. Inky Black Potion, yes. Tome of the Still Mind, yes. Drums, yes. Key, yes. Sharpening Stone, yes. Pet Bandage, yes. Rings, yes. Ambassador's Reserve, yes. pet things. I don't need these. These are being sent over. Okay. Quartered ancient ring. Okay. So I don't have that. I need that though. Tenebrous truffle. Don't need. I'm gonna throw 3 of these away so I only have 1 stack. Evolving mushroom. Is there any reason why I need an evolving mushroom? No. Okay, and I do need these. Wait. Where are the other mushrooms? How many mushrooms are there? No, it's I need tasty mushrooms, but not questionable mushrooms. I only want the tasties. Okay, Phantom Fire, Strength, Healing, Invisibility, Strength, Slow Fall. I'm just gonna get rid of the Slow Fall potions. And I already have healing potions. I'm gonna mail those over. Gun shoes. I really don't need 2 stacks of gun shoes. Sleeping armament. What the fuck is this? Awaken a sleeping armament to fight by your side for 2 minutes. Is there any reason I need this? It's just a cock? Okay. Riftstone, I'll keep that. I need that. Grommet Carrier, I actually need this. Stygian Lance of Passage, I'll hold on to this for now. I might upgrade this sword since it technically has better stats, so I'm holding on to it. This is my best weapon right now in the game, so I'm going to hold on to this. This shield. What are the 2 best stats for a prot warrior? Haste verse. Okay.
Nearly deal for a friend of the Grummels.
This is 252. I'm gonna hold on to that. 239. Third, I have the J. I do not need this, but I'm gonna keep it right now. Haste versatility. I guess like maybe this would be good for tanking. What do you guys think the odds are of me? Alright, next. And that's getting vendored. It's a low eye level. This has speed on it. Versatility mats getting vendored. Gloves, I might upgrade these. Haste verse. Mine has haste verse. I'm just vendoring it. It's better than mine for PvE, but like, what is it, 1% better? Who cares? Haste Mastery. Oh, it has speed on it. I want to keep it because it has speed. This is good. It's a 252. Crit verse. Haste verse with leech. I'm gonna vendor this one. Haste verse. Vendored. Crit verse. I'm holding on to that one to upgrade. Necklace, Haste Mastery, we'll hold on to that. This is just for the Veiled Tazavesh thing. Shadowgas Ring. Okay. Next.
I have many,
That's
many
good.
wares.
This is good. I'm not gonna... Do you have to get the unique appearances for every single weapon? Because if you do, that's so stupid. For duelist weapons, yeah. They're gonna have, like, there's no way, like, if it, like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just complain to Blizzard and I'll add in a thing that you can buy if you had duelists that season, same as they have with the enchants. I'll just complain to Blizzard, it's fine, guys, don't worry about it. Okay. Comstomp farm honor. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'll take care of it. I'll talk to him. I need that. This, I'm never gonna use this. Never gonna use this. Am I ever gonna use Maldic? I'm probably never gonna use Maldic, am I? Not as a warrior? I don't think I'm gonna need it as a warrior. Don't sell. I'll hold on to it for now, okay? This has speed. No! I'll vendor the... Oh, not vendor. I'll send those over. Okay. Mechagon punch card. That's a delete. Can I throw this key away? No. Okay, and I just have these for enchants. I'm about to turn these in. Kyrian Flute. Repair a Dark Moon Tonk. I'm gonna throw that away. Okay, Phantasma. I'll probably just put that in my bank or something. What is this? Like, is there any reason for me to want Ashen Lintment?
Many deals for a friend of the
No,
Grumbles.
okay.
Like you.
The Archivist Codex. Is there any reason for me to want this? Okay, I'm not going to throw it away. People are giving me different information about it. Fae Dreamcatcher. I already have the achievement for this. Is there any reason this should exist in my bags? Oh, it's for Nightmare, isn't it? Yeah, it could be for that Nightmare. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to get rid of it because I don't have that mount yet. Benevolent Gong. Do I need a Benevolent Gong? It's a buff in the open world.
Farewell, friend of the Grummles.
That's kind of cool. I'll hold on to it. Repaired Rift Key. Repair kit, that's fine. And I'm gonna go figure out this little A-bomb thing. Is there anything? Thread and work your own belt with an all-in-one belt repair kit. What is this? It's garbage. It's a combined item for a green Shadowlands belt. Okay. It's garbage. 10 mil certificate of completion. Do I need to hold on to this for some reason? So I can still do Ember Court even if I have this, right? Even if I don't have this? Okay, well then why do I have it? Why did they give it to me? Aetherworm, Cage Key. Like, oh my god. What is this, like? Okay, that's good enough for now. That's a huge amount that's removed. Massive amount that just got removed right there. And we can put even more in the bank. So I'm happy. This for the hand mount? Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't want to get rid of it. Okay. Now let's do all these. Look at all this stuff, man. This is nuts.
I have many lucky doos you like.
If I can vendor it, it wasn't important. Okay, next. Alright.
Many deals for a friend of the Grummles. Like you.
I can't vendor this, can I? Okay, good. Okay.
Many farewells.
Okay, that one's gone. This is only from 24 days. Think about that, boys. Don't pog, I probably already had it.
I have many wares.
Okay. This is what it's like for me, man. Okay. This doesn't matter. Get that. Get these. It's like every single day, it's like a counter of how many times I did Korthia. So every single time I did Korthia, I have a bunch of resources that are just sitting here.